When we talk about our heart health, what's the biggest threat or the biggest threats of that today, do you think? Do you see?
Yeah, the biggest threat by far is the silent development of hardening the arteries, obviously known officially as atherosclerosis, because it is vastly common. By about age 50, half of us have detectable either coronary disease or arteries to the brain, carotid disease. And some of us have it in a pretty strong dose that's, already life-threatening, but the body is so adaptable that until either a sudden moment of extreme, tragedy, heart attack, stroke, or even a death, or maybe some warning, a little mini stroke or a little mini discomfort we call angina, but it's been going on for years and years and years and years. So you have to be aggressive about early detection. And even more important, aggressive about early prevention, because the quicker you get on that bandwagon, the better. But we got a lot of work to do. It's estimated, the Center for Disease Control, CDC, estimated just a couple months ago that there are more than 1,000 deaths a day in the United States that are cardiac deaths that are completely preventable. And they're just looking at the standard medical model of teach more, quit smoking techniques, and get better blood pressure control. They're not really even adding the entire lifestyle program, so it's probably 1,500 people a day will die because of inadequate focus on this problem. It's huge.
So dig deeper into that problem. What are the biggest causes of that's going on right now?
Yeah, probably number one is dietary choices. Genetics is clearly important, and we're getting better at actually measuring and being able to instruct a person if genetically they're high risk, low risk. But 80% of it are lifestyle choices, and it's the food we eat, and it's the movement we have, and it's the sleep, and it's the smoking or not. It's how we manage stress. I mean, those are the big ones. But then you can get very biochemical about it. What is the cause of clogged arteries? And traditionally, we've been teaching patients, do you have diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, smoking, and does mom, dad, brother, sister have a heart problem at a young age, particularly clogged arteries at a young age? But now we can talk much deeper, and I mean, my routine assessment of a patient in my clinic is 20+ blood tests, advanced cholesterol, advanced blood sugar, and insulin resistance, and advanced inflammation, and new markers about the importance of the gut, the microbiome, and metabolites, like one called TMAO. So it's much more challenging to go through 7-8 pages of advanced labs with a patient and try and both instruct them and make a plan that's meaningful. Yeah. But it's much more powerful, and it's certainly made medicine, I think, just tremendously fun. I mean, you have to just step back and say, wow, if you ever have a healthy day, applaud and feel grateful, because it's really an amazing symphony that goes on.
A big part of your focus is diet and plant-based at that. Why that? What have you found that's the right path for you and so many?
Yeah, well, I wandered into it 40+ years ago. I mean, I haven't eaten meat or eggs and such for over 40 years. It was a college thing. It was a reaction to terrible food. It was predated my medical school. But as I got into medical school, and particularly cardiology, and even though there were just a few comments here or there about nutrition, I happened to train in Dallas, where the Nobel Prize in Medicine went to 2 researchers on cholesterol metabolism. So we got a little bit on, the relationship between diet, cholesterol, heart disease. And I realized I was eating a diet that actually was a therapy. I didn't know it was a therapy. I mean, not too many people did. The science really, you can go back 70 years, but the science, and if you focus on the ability to prevent, stabilize, and even reverse cardiovascular disease, atherosclerosis, it's a plant-based world. I mean, there actually is no other diet ever shown to really have any impact, let alone reversal. So it really was, I was predestined to be a plant-based cardiologist because I was plant-based for so long, and the data was there, and it would be pretty hard to ignore it. As very prominent academic cardiologist Kim Williams in Chicago has said, if you're a cardiologist, you're either a vegan or you just haven't read the data yet. And that's a bold statement. He's a bold guy, but he's a leading academic cardiologist, and pretty hard to argue otherwise, although it's just routine for me to hear from a patient, my doc said, keto, paleo, or insert whatever title you want, when indeed, if those diets work, somebody's obligated to do the study and prove it, but at the present time, you could absolutely not say that they halt or reverse heart disease, so we should, in my opinion, stay away from them in heart patients.